Right, in addition to recently getting the kit reveal for Pirate King Hondo, we also have a new character inbound, which in this case is a new ship. This is a bit different than what we usually get. I'm usually talking about a character. Now we're going to be talking about a ship. And at that, it's not even really a full ship, because it is the Rogue One piece. So, if I recall correctly, this is something that kind of dispatched separately from the Rogue One, so it's not even like a real full ship, you know what I mean? It's almost like it's like calling a life raft on the Titanic its own ship. It's not. It's a part of the ship that if you need an emergency, it's there. But anyways, it's another thing. I'm sure it's gonna work great with Profundity, so let's get it anyways. Unit name Rogue One. Wait, its name is just Rogue One? Kind of random. Alignment light. Category support, cargo ship, rebel, Rogue One. Key attributes. Lifter for the Profundity fleet. Well, that's exactly what I just said. Especially against Executor. That's great. I mean, I do feel like it's kind of needed, because when the Profundity and Executor came out, they said that Profundity and Executor were going to be able to be equally matched. So if you were going into the battle with a Executor against a Profundity, you'd be able to win. But if you went in with a Profundity against an Executor, you'd be able to win. But I almost feel like the opposite has kind of happened. It seems a lot like the Profundity, the Executor is largely more efficient against Profundity. So it's almost made it like the orders of the ships are Leviathan is number 1, Executor is number 2, and then Profundity is the number 3rd best, instead of being like 1 and then tied for 2nd. So even though this is annoying, I guess it's probably needed. You know, all those people that went after Profundity kind of got ripped off. Anyways, provides benefit to the fleets while still in reinforcements. Well, that's different. Strong synergy against Empire enemies. Okay, it says it's going to be strong against Executor, but Executor uses all bounty hunters. So, you sure about that? Inspiration. I'm the pilot. Bodhi Rook has been in the game for nearly a decade and hasn't had a ship, so we figured boosting Profundity would be the perfect opportunity to give him a ship. Has Bodhi been in the game that long? He actually might be. He could have been one of the OGs. When did Rogue One come out? Rogue One, Force Awakens was 2015. Rogue One's somewhere around there, maybe 2016 or 17. So yeah, maybe he has been in the game that long. The only problem with Bodhi is he sucks. I've had many second accounts over the years, and I did try to use him in one of my second accounts, and he was just garbage. But I guess making him part of a ship gives him a little more utility than he's ever had before. Lots of callouts for Profundity in the kit, playing into the Battle of Scarif and how the ship Rogue One was key to that operation. While the line, "Well, there is now," was spoken by K2SO in the movie, who is not part of the crew of the ship as he's already on Cassian's U-Wing, we wanted to include the line as an ability name because of how iconic it was in the moment. Well, there is now. It does not sound like K2SO at all. Alright. Strategy tips. While Rogue One can be effective as a starting ship, it shines best starting the battle from reinforcements. Because Rogue One is a support cargo ship, under Profundity, its damage should not be underestimated when combined with Profundity's passive, I say we fight. The thing that makes this kind of cool, in a way, is it's, it just says it works best under, as a reinforcement. So a lot of times it's like you want to figure out your starting squad. What's the best options for my starting squad? What's my best option for reinforcements? This makes this easy. Okay, yeah, I want you hanging out as a reinforcement. I don't need you on the front lines. So that's something kind of cool. You don't really have to think about where you're going to put. Maybe you still have to think about what order you want them to come in at. You know what I mean? Do I want them to be my first ship I call? Do I want them to be my last ship? I don't know. But at least you don't have to worry about him being on the front lines. You know he's not going to be. Anyway, fact, how do I unlock Rogue One? Through a marquee event starting on September 23rd. Which is, kind of goofy because, it's a ship instead of a character. I'm wondering if it's going to be the same type of marquee as we always have, or it's just like a generic battle system, or if it's going to be like one of those galactic chases or whatever they called them when they did ships, and you had to I don't remember even what the event was, but it was a lot better than the normal marquee event because you could really get a character beefed up pretty well. I think the best I ever did was like 5 stars and a half, you know, pretty close to 6 star for a marquee. That was cool. Anyways, if I don't have Bodhi and or Pao, can I still unlock Rogue One? Why is it asking for Pao? Is Pao also on this ship? It didn't explicitly say that anywhere, it just said Bodhi. The marquee event will give you Bodhi and Pao shards in addition to Rogue One blueprints. Oh, okay. So it's another thing that's very cool for new players. If you're a veteran like me, it doesn't really matter. But if you're new, that's cool. For Rogue One's unique, it says, while there are other non-capital ship allies, Rogue One can't be targeted and is immune to taunt effects during enemy turns. How does this work with effects like outmaneuver? In a situation like this, which can and will come up with Han's Millennium Falcon present, both ships become targetable. So, if Humph wiggles and gains outmaneuver, and it's just Humph and Rogue One on the field, then both are targetable by enemies. For the most part, for this part of Rogue One's unique, what does it mean by in reinforcements? If Rogue One is in reinforcement slot and the enemy capital ship is Empire, all rebel allies gain breach immunity, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented, and protection up 100% for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled. Is that seriously a fact? If it is, damn, you're stupid. In reinforcements means it's one of the characters that you have on the back line. So you have the 3 that come out right away, and then there's the 4 ships on the back lines that come in, as a reinforcement can be called. In reinforcements, doy. Anyways, what did they say? When you enter the battle, if Rogue One is in reinforcements under a Profundity capital ship, and not one of the starting 3 ships, this effect occurs. Duh. Although, that didn't really answer their question, because this person was stupid and they don't understand what in reinforcements is. So this, and their CG's answer did not answer their question at all, as it didn't really tell you what in reinforcements means. But you shouldn't be that stupid. If you're playing this game, you should have enough of an understanding as to what reinforcements means. Anyways, so yeah, we got a new ship inbound, which I suppose is good, because we have ships gets no attention at all, and we have way too many. The ratio of capital ships to regular ships is just ridiculous, so this is good to get another ship in there. Although it just feels like it's aimlessly being a lifter. It's kind of random. Rogue One and Bodhi and just super random, but whatever, I guess. It's a lot cooler than the stupid pirate nonsense we've had, so I'll take it for that aspect. Anyway, that's all I got for this Developer's Insights, so obviously kit reveal comes next, so be sure to check that one out, and until I see you there, I said see ya.